Alright, we back. I'm not gonna wait as long as last time to have everybody come in, since this was supposed to be starting about 20 minutes ago. Wow. Hello, Bart, Salunas, Pivot. That looks like that was all who came in. I hope you guys have came back. It seems like Bart has, which is really cool. It is a driver issue. Just reinstalled the audio driver and I'm good. Very annoying. But since you are here, Bart, my guy, where are you? Who did you play? There we go. Welcome back, Pivot and Salunas. Awesome. Hope you guys have been doing well. I would talk about pleasantries and such. Gotta move my camera so that I'm actually in the middle. But we are behind, so we're just gonna get right into it. Between Bart and David. What we got here? Well, I appreciate it, Pivot. I appreciate you showing up. I also didn't play too well, but I don't have a choice. I guess it's not necessarily true. I could just not stream or show it, but I'm gonna do that. We have Terrifier on Chiyu and Fairy on the Miss Magius, I believe. I might have the sheet up for the future streams, just to see. And Bart's got Steel on Garchomp and some sort of stab option. I really should have the sheet up. I'm gonna do that now, actually. Hold up. Because, you know, we're not super far behind already. Where the helly? Where'd the music go? What happened? There it is. It was just changing the songs. So much isn't working. I'm freaking out. But Bart seems to be Terra normal on Weird Ear. I've heard this game hyped up a ton, so I'm excited to actually get into it. For David, honestly, I see Galarian Zapdos, and I'm very tempted to just lead that. Bart could lead Garchomp for the rocks. Could also just lead Bundle to get off the flip turn, or just unleash a powerful Hydro Pump, or Ice Beam into the team. Hits this team pretty decent, actually, even just neutral hits. I'm just gonna go Chomp and Zapdos. Switch that to slow. What do we got? What do we see? It's Dunsparce versus Iron Bundle. So if I had just stayed on one of them, I would have been right. That is a lot of damage into Dunsparce. We see a Glare, which is very useful for David over there, for sure. We're flipping into what? Weird Ear. Okay. So the deer's out already. We see some rocks are up. Switching to Zap. Ooh. Oh, you got Room Service. I see. I've only ever seen that item used one time, and it was by me. Big Body Slam off. Into a Throat Chop, just in case there's a switch to Miss Magius. Very nice. Okay, Big Treads is in. Earthquake almost gets him with a crit. Another Earthquake. Miss Magius is in. What do we do here? Throat Chop on the switch. Everything is getting KO'd by this dude. Future Sight from the Miss Magius, and we see another Trick Room. That would have been a great opportunity to try to hit the Weird Ear, but guess we didn't want to do that. Zapdos is in. Throat Chop. into a body slam. Ooh, para. I don't even think that saves the Weird Deer in the Trick Room. But the Future Sight went off, so that thing's done. Did a lot, though. Treads is in. I don't know why I'm scrolling down there. This guy seems to be levitate on Wheezing. Big Overheat KOs the Treads. What do we see next? Alright, Chi-Yu is in. It's ready to click the Overheat itself. Actually clicks Flame Charge so it can be faster than probably Valiant and Bundle. Lucky on not getting poisoned by the Sludge Bomb. Skeletor just in. It could probably, not really sit on this thing. Ooh, boosted Nasty Plot. We're about to see Flamethrower and Dark Pulse just go crazy. Okay, Bart's got the berry, and this Chi-Yu is lowered by a significant amount. Is it fast enough for Valiant? That is the question. Yes, we won't find out, because Chomp is in. Terra Fire into a Dragon Claw. Alright, well, I guess it's not fast enough for Scarf Chomp. Latios switch is interesting, considering that we did see that it was Scarf. Ooh, Freeze, yikes. Into the Zapdos. I guess he had to go Lottie. He needed that freeze, dude. That freeze saved his ass. Val is in. Booster Speed. Moonblast gets rid of the bird here. Okay, probably gets rid of the other two as well. Yep, there goes Lottie. And this Magius is at like 12 or something. 17, same difference. And knock. And that is GG's. Bart, you took him to freaking jail. David's in jail right now with his Weird Ear. Saved him from a Chomp Sweep, but opened up to a Val Sweep. Yeah, I mean, everything was chipped down enough for Val to come in and just throw him around. Very nice. You didn't even need to be mixed or anything because of how much it was chipped. Yes, MVP to Weird Ear. Emphasis on the weird because of shifting the dimensions around. Awesome, great work. Let's get into Pivot versus Tylord. I don't know why he's not here, but it's whatever. We got Steel on the Roaring Moon. And no Lapras. And Tylord's got Flying on the Hydreigon, and I don't think his other Terra is brought. I don't remember what it is. The other one's Toxtricity. And it is not here. I watched this game on the replay. I just don't remember it. I think he led Shaman. Could be wrong. Shaman into Mesprit? Let's see. Cinderace. Alright, never mind. Into Keldeo. Okay. I think I was getting that mixed up with other games that they played. Corv is in on a U-turn. I see gold coming in. I know this thing is screens. Clicking U-turn into what? Okay, Moon. I was wondering if it was going to be Moth. I just couldn't think of its name. Terra Steals into Knockoff, getting rid of the berry. Probably to also dodge the... Oh, Thunderwave. I was wondering if it would be the Make It Rain move. Hitmontop is here. Ooh, it's got the Clear Amulet. Hey, there he is. Welcome, Tylord, just in time. Moth is in. We see a switch to Stoys, which is a pretty good switch. What? Fiery Dance. I said what to Pivot's nickname there. Alright, man. No more screen, but Moth is sleepy into Mesprit. Oh! Alright. Nicknames. Clicks U-turn, pretty strong U-turn. Into top again. We're going to see some rocks here. We just see another U-turn, not bad. Into Moth, who is no longer sleepy. Click Sludge Wave, not enough for the Hitmontop. And Earthquake, which will do it since this thing is 4 times weak to ground and its base defense is 8. Keldio's in. Gold, what did we do here? Flip turn? Calm Minds, okay. That's gonna do some damage. Surf, no more screens for Mr. Lord here. Shaman is now here, it's gonna be faster for sure. Corv is gonna come in and try to take it. Do we see a Healing Wish? Air Slash instead for some damage. Cinderace into what, Brave Bird? Yeah, try to chip down, try to kill the Shaman actually. Mesprit's in. Do we see a U-turn or do we see Pyro Ball? U-turn, this is gonna kill, I think. Yep, there it is. Into the Shaman. Corv comes in because it resists anything Shaman really wants to do. See a Baton Pass into Stoys. Are we gonna click the Yawn button? That could be what we do here. There it is. And then we have U-turn. Okay, Pivot's brought his own screens on the Corv. He might have Reflect as the last move. Cinderace is in. You see Lando. Another Pivot nickname there. Sludge Wave takes down the Cinderace, but not before getting chipped down to 32. Hydreigon is in. If this thing is physical, then it is gonna probably wreck this guy. Dragon Dance. Alright, yeah, this guy's physical. Is gonna click the Terra Blast move. Citrus Berry. Just in time for big acrobatics. Not bad. I don't know who else would want to take any of this. I mean, if you're... Okay, you did slot on Flamethrower. The move happened before I could say anything. Brave Bird, not enough to take it out, so it gets to live another turn, but then just goes down, of course. Moon or Keldeo? Moon comes in. It's got a def stat. Okay, we see Earthquake covering that Terra Steel Moon. Into Keldeo, who will probably not who will probably not stand up to an acrobatics. God damn, I cannot speak the English language, can I? 4-0, pretty good. Pivot, good try with the... I like screens, Corv. I just like screens. And you definitely brought some nicknames, my guy. You definitely did. Saloonus is also here. There he is against Big Bennett, our only X and O coach in Dusk right now. Putting him in Dusk might have been a mistake, but it's one that we're going to live with, and he's not going to be there for much longer, I can tell you that much. Ooh, I actually have the Terras. I could tell you what they are. That's exciting. Saloonus has Terra, Latios, and Crocolore. Latios is Steel here. He did not bring the Crocolore. While Bennett, I think, was he like 6th or something? Yeah, he's got Terradinite, which is flying, so stab Terradinite. And he did not bring the Komala. What are we thinking here? Probably Peturant lead. He likes his Peturant lead. I'm just not sure what Saloonus would want to do. I can see Terapagos. I think he gets rocks. I think it's the only one that gets rocks on this team that he brought here. Make sure that Petrant can't use the Shadow Ball too. I like those guys. I'm gonna be wrong as shit. Okay. Let's go! I did it! I got it! Okay, we see a switch to this jellyfish guy into Malignant Chain. Not bad, because he cannot get poisoned as a poison type. And Knock Off gets rid of the Shuka Berry. I don't think he really needed it in this match, but maybe Solunas has something that was crazy. See another Knock Off into the Foul Play. Recover. Alright, we just keep clicking that Knock Off, expecting a switch, I suppose. It looks like the Petrant is out-damaging the Tentacruel, though. With the chain. Yeah. Tentacruel is getting low. We see a flip turn now. Into the Dusknoir, who's probably going to get chained here. Foul Play instead. Pretty good on the switch. Colberberry saves it. Excadrill, gotcha. Foul Play is used again. Poltergeist fails because Petrant doesn't have an item. It was knocked off. Poltergeist and Knockoff can be a little sus in that sense where you use it, but then you can't use Poltergeist because there's no item. We got Penguin versus Dragon here. There's a sub on the Terra Steel. Luster Purge. Not doing anything to this clearly Spadef monster here. What do we see next? Prim is in. Do we see some rocks? Stealth Rock. Yep, there it is. Into Calm Mind. Into Flip Turn. Do we see the Petrant coming in? There it is. This thing is annoying as shit. Did you bring the Psychic Noise for this guy? Click Surf. Might even be stronger than Psychic Noise. Okay, Screamtail's now in. We see Aqua Ring. Interesting. You brought leftovers from at home. Another CM. Play Roughs here. Doesn't do a crazy amount unless this... Yeah, I'm thinking this Screamtail is actually physical. Yeah, it's doing some damage, actually. I take that back. Surf does a good amount. So probably HP and attack in that guy. Okay, the special defending Empoleon is back. I wish I could remember Pokemon names. Flip turns. Into the Screamtail. Do we see a Surf here? We do. Oh, you are so close. Screamtail lives to fight another day. We see a Wish here. Into a Surf. I don't know if that allows whatever comes in to get wished up. Maybe if it has some damage on it prior. Doesn't matter. The Dragonite's in. Clicks D-Dance. Banks on not having Moonblast. Alright, Multiscale's broken and... Okay, there it is. I guess Bennett knows how Wish works better than I do. Terra Flying. Terra Blast. KOs the Prim. Moltres is now in. It's got the Flame Body, but it doesn't matter in the face of Rock Slide. Not a bad bring. Into Terrapagos, who has the boots. Terra Shell, crit, that bites. That bites. Alright, we see a Roar into Lando. Big Bad Lando is in. Clicks U-turn. Do we see the Pecharunt come in? There it is. Into a Spin. Successful spin block. See some rocks coming up on Bennett's end. Alright, Pecharunt is all the way back damn near. We see a Parting Shot into Empoleon, ready to take a Terra Starstorm. Or just whatever. Roaring into the Pecharunt. Okay, I'm not sure what special attack you have or what your last one is. But we're getting some decent chip into the team. Lando's gonna kill the Terapagos, so these rocks are here to stay. Latios comes in, gets pelted by the rocks. Luster Purge, not enough to kill the Lando, but he does get the special attack drop, or special defense, my bad. Empoleon is in. It's going to be able to do whatever, or it's going to be able to defend against whatever this Lottie wants to do, for sure. See a sub? It's toxic, gotcha. So, fully support on the Terapagos. Recovers up, so River Recover, probably dual stab. Surf gets rid of that. Alright, we are trying to lower the Spadef. That's all you can do, really. Surf no longer resisted because of the steel typing. See a Terra Blast? I probably would have Luster Purged again, not gonna lie, unless you were expecting a switch into POW. So not dual stab. Surf's here. Luster Purges again. Gets another drop. Alright, he's got the Roost, so he doesn't necessarily need to switch out here. Damn. Even at -6, Empoleon probably wouldn't give a shit. That is wild. Okay, the Dragonite is back in. Do we see a Quake? That would be stupid. He's Levitate. Not bad. Just D-dances here. It's definitely going to be able to outspeed this Lottie. Terra Blast almost KOs. This Lottie was built to be annoying. I mean, it seems like the Empoleon is very annoying. Alright, Xian Pao is in. It's going to be able to really hit the Lottie with whatever it wants. Crunch, that'll do it. And then, yeah, this guy's dead too. And Psychic Fangs. I feel like Crunch could have done it too, but Psychic Fangs did it. Very nicely tried there, Salunas. The Poltergeist. I bet you were expecting a switch from the Petrant here on that. I don't think you were just blindly clicking Poltergeist. Aqua Ring was interesting. What was your item on this thing? Maybe E-Belt? I don't think you were any type of berry, otherwise we'd have seen it probably proc. D-Knight did a lot, for sure. This more offensive Screamtail is cool to see. And Paladin. I did that last time too. Empoleon did not give a shit about what happened. Mental Herb. Okay, so just in case you're taunted, that's not bad. Great game, guys. I think that's everybody who's been in here for now. If somebody wants to speak up, we can watch your game. And if not, we'll go ahead and go into a Sound of Snow versus Holy Macaroni game that was an extension from last week. What do we see here? We see a Terra Ghost on the D-Knight. I think that Snow's only Terra is D-Knight. I might be wrong on that. My phone needs to not lock when I'm trying to look at the sheet. But max Terras are Avalugg, which is not here, but Zarude is here. He is Terra Dark. Yeah, Snow's only Terra is Dragonite. So Terra Ghost Dragonite, Terra Dark Zarude. What are we thinking here? What are we thinking here? I could see lead Volbeat to try to be annoying. Oh wait, Avalugg is here, isn't it? Yeah, Avalugg is here, and it is Terra fighting. Okay. So both of Max Terras are here. Yeah, I'll just lock in Volbeat. and Treads. You're expecting supportive Screamtail, not physical. Yeah, I mean, that's what you'd usually see, right? So that was a pretty good bring on Bennett's end. Uh-oh, I dropped some packets. Ogerpon versus the Avalugg. I was completely wrong. We see your Rachi in. Body presses, not awful damage. Excadrill is now here. I wonder what he's looking for that switch. Stealth Rocks. We'll probably see Spin. Yeah. So Vaporeon threatens back with a Surf. Might even Calm Mind, might Wish up. We see Rocks of Mac's own. Scald's actually. No Burn. Burn would have been pretty cool. Thundy is now in. We see a flip turn out into probably Treads. Yeah, there's the Treads. I want to say Thundy gets a fighting move. It's probably Focus Blast, though. Yep, there it is. Focus missed on the spinning. I'm confused why I didn't Ice Spinner there. I'd have Ice Spinner because there's no... because you'd have to have been faster than the guy here. Treads is back. We'll see a U-turn into Avalugg, who could Terra Fighting. Rachi is in, probably just in case. Quakes does some alright damage. See a Body Press, probably expecting a switch to Cornerstone or something. Rocks are now up. This guy could be Spin as well. We actually see an Iron Defense. Alright, he's getting ready to click that Body Press. See Scald doing some damage here. No Burn again. We see a Body Press. Hefty chunk to Vaporeon. Ooh, he can't stay in. Ooh, gets the Burn. It's not going to be enough to kill the Avalugg, though. But it is going to be enough to influence the Body Press damage. Wishes up. Recovers. Okay. I don't know if Volbeat gets Heal Bell or not. I have a feeling it doesn't because, like, no Gen 9 mons get Heal Bell. Body presses and kills the Vaporeon. I don't think the crit matter one single bit. Actually, it might because that's 34. Either way, Avalugg's dead too. We see Ogerpon is in against the Excadrill. I think that Ogerpon outspeeds for sure. Yep, there's the Horn Leech. So these rocks are here to stay unless Volbeat gets Defog, and it probably doesn't. This thing might be Thunder Waving. There it is. And got the Para right away. Very annoying. The Ivy Cudgel's back, destroys the Volbeat. And then Thundy is here. No boots on Thundy. Switches into Fez. We see a Discharge. Do we see another Para? Nope. No Para. Poison Jab into the Thundy. Goes down. Alright, Val is in. Things aren't looking great for Mac. Subs up. Into a Poison Jab. Gets rid of that sub right away. Alright, Psyshock has the Payapa Berry. And then Poison Jab gets rid of the Val. So now it's Zarude versus the whole entire world. Crazy stuff. Pterodarks. We see a Roost. Do we see a Bulk Up, possibly? Nox. No item, because the knock probably already happened. Taunts here. See Stomping Tantrum. Which is super effective into the Poison type here. U-turns into who? We see D-Knight coming in. Into a Knock. No more Covert Cloak, and also no more Multiscale. Knocks off again. Snow cannot click Terra here. Mirror Herb Zarude. Especially made for this D-Knight, that's for sure. E-Speed's here. Do we see a Bulk Up? We see a Knockoff, that's fine. I was wondering if we'd see just another boost. Treads is in. We see Synthesis. Okay. So Zarude is back up. Treads is doing some decent chip here. I think Snow has to just keep clicking the attacking move. Stomping Tantrum. You see Shookaberry. Treads takes that pretty well. Into another Earthquake. Gets the crit. Into a Synthesis. I think Treads just keeps clicking Earthquake, though. Yeah, he's really fishing for another crit to take out this Zarude. See another Synthesis. Into Earthquake again. And another Synthesis. How many do you have left, buddy? Okay, he's got 3 more. He's gonna use all of them probably right here. Fishing for that critical hit. Stomping Tantrum, gets rid of the Treads. Only a matter of time. Ogerpon is in, not gonna be outspeeding this Zarude. Gets the knock off here. Into a Cudgel, almost doing enough damage to Zarude. You see Synth here. Ivy Cudgels again. And then Sound of Snow forfeits. The sportsmanship is uncanny here, ladies and gentlemen. That Mirror Herb clapback is what did it for sure. That was pretty good. That's all that I could really say about that, although because that really robbed Snow. He was doing good up until that point, and probably some tilt. Expecting supportive Screamtail and not physical to have Encore, probably for that mental herb makes sense. Let's do this game. Ratnos versus Jeremy in Midday. Hey, Bennett! You missed your game, sorry. It was against Salunas, I believe, so... And he was here. We are doing pretty good. Started a little late because of mic issues, but we are back. We are not going to let that stop us. It would be very embarrassing considering I work in IT. So, we have these guys. I want to say that Ratnos did not bring his Terra Captain, because it's King Gambit. And something else. Just King Gambit, actually. Alright. Versus Jeremy's, I think he just has Dragonite. Dragonite and Electrode, okay. Just has the Dragonite, though. And it is Terra Fire against Terra Water King Gambit. Okay. What do we see here? What do we see here? Gliscor might be fine. I think that Urshifu is the water one. So leading into the water one might not be great because of the Surging Strikes, unless you're Helmet, but you're not going to be Helmet. Uxie Gliscor. Let's just lock it in. They seem like okay leads. Iron Moth, alright, getting damage off the rip into Uxie. I got half of it, let's go. We see a Quark Drive on speed into a sub. Did we hit him with the Psychic Noise? Okay. Oh yeah, because that is that's a sound move, goes through sub. Very nice bring. I'm sure it was very unintentional for subs. And he just wanted to stop leftovers and all that. Bramblegast is in. We see some spikes. I was expecting a Poltergeist there. See a knock. No more Spell Tag. Spell Tag's very interesting. It was clearly meant to boost up the Poltergeist. Colberberry not going to stop the other item move. That was there for knock, clearly. Moltres, we see some spikes on Bramblegast's way out. Unless the Bombardier, however you say that thing, unless that thing gets defog, I think those spikes are here to stay. Terrifier, D-Knight, we cannot get Willowed. Urshifu is in. It's, the strikes are super effective now. Urshifu. Okay, we got Urshi versus Urshi. Surging Strikes doing a lot of damage, and depending on who's faster, will be who probably gets the kill. Okay. Urshifu Water wins this one. That close combat did quite a... Well, it was super effective, wasn't it? So that makes sense. Bombardier... No, I completely missed. I completely missed what happened. Because it was just Surging Strikes twice, yeah. The close combat was from this Urshifu. Alright, I'm all caught up now. Bombardier is in against Sub-Deoxys. I don't think I've seen that before. T-Bolts and a knock, getting rid of the sub. See another sub instead of just clicking the T-Bolt button. Considering Deoxys' low defenses, I probably would have just attacked, but it's all good. King Gambit is in, clicks Terra Water. T-Bolt, pretty good using that there. And a Kowtow getting rid of the Deoxys. Now it is 5 against 2. Dragonite is in. Do we have the Terra Blast on King Gambit? We see an Encore. Mental Herb, just in case, goes down to a Terra Blast. That was good prep. Earthquake does not get rid of the King Gambit, but the Terra Blast definitely... Oh, it actually misses out on the kill. If we have Sucker on this King Gambit, never mind. Protect. Click Sucker. Will we see Protect clicked 8 times? Moltres is now in. We see a Swords Dance on this Gliscor. Interesting. I don't think you're long for this world. Into another Protect. Okay, we're trying to get back that HP. Flamethrower. I don't know if it would go down at this point to that. Unless this Moltres is offensive. Facade. Doing quite a bit of damage. Into a Flamethrower that does end up taking out the Gliscor. Very good try to Jeremy. And another person that is not staying in their division for very long. He's on a tear. The Mental Herb on this guy was really, really good. And the Psychic Noise... Oh, that was also over here into the sub. That was pretty nice, too. For sure. I'd have just clicked the attack button with this guy, honestly, into you. I just don't know if he gets Sucker Punch as well or not. The sub was probably to play the Sucker Punch games with King Gambit, specifically. So that makes sense. Nice game. Where should we go next? Human Being versus Michael. Sounds good. And then if there are any games that you guys specifically want to see, go ahead and just drop whoever. But until then, I'm just going to start clicking around up at the top here. That Roaring Moon has to be Terra. There's no reason to not have Terra Moon. Where, oh where? Okay, Human, I found you. Terra Blossom and Terra Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon is a flying. Michael, right next to him in the dock, is Terra Zarude and Lapras, and Zarude is the one who's brought with Fairy. So Terra Flying on Moon versus Terra Fairy on Zarude. Oh, Blossom is here, and it's Terrifier. I wonder if it's Self-Sunny Day. It might be. Or maybe somebody else has it. Or it could just be Strength Sap defensive. I don't know. Gliscor seems okay. I bet the Garchomp on the other side leads. Unless Keldeo wants to come in first and flip turn. Gliscor, Garchomp. It's very interesting because both get Ice Fang, I believe, so it could be a stalemate of who wants to, not stalemate, I can't think of what I'm trying to say. But we got Enamorus versus Jirachi, so it doesn't matter. Zapdos is in. Ironhead gets a crit. I'm sure it mattered. Into the Blossom. We'll see what this thing is soon enough. Roosts up. He's probably Quiver Dance if it's here now. Misses the Heat Wave. Human got lucky on that. Moonblast doing absolutely nothing to the Zapdos. Heat Wave. Okay, this guy is Spadef. Moonblasts again. I wonder what is happening here. Moonblasts again. Are we just trying to get the special attack drops? Hurricane misses. This Blossom is just bobbing and weaving. Roosts up again. Moonblasts. Are we expecting Zarude to come out or something? I'm confused. Scizor is in. He's going to take this Moonblast pretty well. He's going to be able to U-turn on this guy too. Gliscor is in. You see a U-turn. He's going to be able to get his Toxic Orb. Keldeo is now here. Threatens with a powerful Surf. Or perhaps Icy Wind, if that is the bring. See Surf. And then a flip turn into Enamorus, possibly. Scizor again. Makes sense because the Moonblast has been really lowering the special attack. Unless Enamorus is contrary. Then it would really like that. Knock off on the Gliscor. Does not really care considering its item's already done its job. Garchomp is in. Alright, we see some spikes. Do we see some rocks, or are we going to see a Dragon Tail, perhaps? Some rocks instead. Makes sense. Into some more spikes. Unless Michael has Defog Scizor, those spikes are here to stay. It kind of looks like we're just setting up the hazards. This is going to be a hazards game. We have Donphan in, not boots. More spikes. This guy can actually spin away the hazards. Takes Rough Skin Chip and Rocky Helmet Chip. Into a Dragon Tail, so this Garchomp is, not Garchomp, but Donphan's very low. Gliscor is in again. It's not going to really care about what Garchomp wants to do. Then we're in against Blossom, who gets rocks up. We're probably going to see a Moonblast come out here. Okay, we see spikes. Moonblast doesn't do very much. Giga Drain for some health back. Alright, we see a Dragon Tail into Jirachi. Taking some chip. Ironhead into the Garchomp. We're probably going to see a Dragon Tail here. Earthquake instead. Garchomp's been doing some good work. Why is Donphan back? Ice Shard, okay. I was like, you're gonna die, dude. You're not gonna be able to spin. Zapdos is now in. Who Hurricanes. Luckily, he hits that Hurricane. Otherwise, those hazards would be gone, and they would not be back up. Chiyu is in. Taking some damage. See an Overheat cooking that Zapdos. Lowers that special attack. Zarude is in. Probably going to Terra right here. Terra Fairy. Into a Mist Overheat. That really sucks for a human here. Close Combat. Takes it out. What comes in next? We see Gliscor is in. I do not know what the plan is. We see a U-turn. I mean, I suppose he can't take a knock because he doesn't care. Keldeo's here for the Surf. Gliscor's going to go for the Acrobatics. Knocking out this Keldeo. Crazy. Crazy stuff. Zarude is in. Do we see another Acro from Gliscor? We see a Power Whip. Acro, not doing enough to the Zarude. It must be a bulky guy. Another Power Whip, but it misses. Yikes. Acro is enough to take out Zarude. Does Enamorus or Scizor have the tools to take down this menace. Acro into Scizor takes him down to 13. We see a CC, which does absolutely nothing, into something that resists CC. Okay. Great start. Acrobatics kills the Scizor, and now it's Enamorous versus the rest of the team. Why was this guy in the back? Moonblast almost takes care of the Gliscor. Into Acrobatics, nailing the Enamorous down to 32. We'll probably see a Protect here. Nope, we see Moonblast instead. I don't even know if you carried it. You could have, for all we know. Life Orb, Enamorous. It's probably going to be enough to take down this Blossom. Sludge Bomb will do it. Moonblast probably could have done it too. And Roaring Moon is, I think, Terra Flying or something. So he's going to Terra out of that Moonblast weakness for sure. Booster Attack. Not going to need it. Terra Flying, Iron Head, and that is the game. Nicely done here. The Hazards game was pretty decently played. Ice Shard here is pretty good into you, of course. I don't know why this was here. But hey, it did something. It did some stuff, I suppose. I bet you Michael had no idea too, because he's probably like, "There's no way Blossom's coming, so I'm not gonna bring anything for it." But it's very back and forth here, which is really, really cool to see. Great game, guys. We're gonna play this game. Oh, it's me. It's me versus Cryptid Anna. Shout out to Venny's Canix for helping me build this one. We have Terra Electric on the Latios and the Terra Electric on the Roaring Moon, which I was expecting Fairy. Oh, Terra Ambipom is also here. Terra Flying. That's going to come into play later. That is going to come into play later. I believe she led Fez and I led the guy here. The Skyman. There is Shaman against the Fezandipity. I am Sash with Healing Wish and offensive moves. So I figured I can just stay in, click a button. That does absolutely nothing. Gunk Shot gets me down to 5, Poison, and dead. Hindsight? Why was Shaman left in? Why was Shaman left in? I don't know. I don't think I was awake when I played this beginning part, and then I think I made better plays later on, at least I hope. So yeah, Shaman goes down. Honestly, this could have been switched in, but I think my thought process was if she gets up rocks, I can't use my Sash, so I just figured I'll just do some damage, maybe flinch this thing down. That's the closest I can think of, but obviously it was bad, and I don't suggest doing that. Ting Lucas is here, ready to click the rocks, and she brings Taunt. This Fezandipity was a son of a bitch. This thing was so annoying. Clicks U-turn. I'll probably click the Earthquake. Corv is in. Yep, there it is. Being read like an actual book. Latios is in. I don't remember why I went Latios. Oh yeah, because of my Terra Electric. She is bulk up, probably body press on this guy for sure. T-Bolt doing quite a bit. Not exactly knocking it out. We see Brave Bird. I mean, she's probably Spadef on this guy. Doing a lot of damage. I'm Soldew. Raging Bolt is in. I went for Draco, which was a great play. I think it was just off the off chance of this thing coming in, and it also killed the Corv. I figured she wanted to keep the Corv around. We have Fez coming in. Luster Purge, Soul Dew boosted, doing quite a bit of damage. I flip turn here because I see that it's not going to kill this thing. Tinglu is back. Gunk Shots. I have a feeling that she clicks the Taunt and I click the Earthquake. Actually clicks the U-turn and I probably clicked Earthquake expecting the Taunt. Poison kind of sucks. Yep, Earthquake's there. Corv is in. Very unfortunate. Tinglu's very low here. Clicks Body Press. Tinglu lives. And I get off my rest. And Chesto. This is offensive Tinglu with Facade for the poison. Ricktross is in. See a Body Press. I've got the Supercell Slam, and I've also got Flamethrower for the Fortress here. Body Presses. I Flamethrower. In hindsight, definitely should have clicked Slam, right? Because this is, of course, with Bulk Up, it's going to be Spadef Corv. But I was not thinking of that. I just thought, Flamethrower. Body Presses again. I go for Drain Punch. I don't know why I thought that killed. Maybe I was expecting a switch. I don't know. A lot of these decisions I'm making, I'm like, why did I do that? A Supercell Slam, I was expecting a switch, or actually I was expecting a Roost there. Either way, it goes down. Now Fez is in. I switch out into Annihilate. So I still want the Flamethrower for the Fortress. Clicks Taunt on my Bulk Up. This thing is annoying. Clicks the Gunk Shot. Powers up my Rage Fist by a bit. Goes down to 33%. And it's Helmet. Switch out into Tinglu since it's healthy. And if I get the Facade boosted poison, then that's cool. Clicks U-turn on this guy. We see Fortress is now in. Earthquake. Not doing a lot. And honestly, this thing is scary with Iron Defense and Body Press. So I go out to my Electros. Clicks the spin. I don't think he's faster than me. He could be. But I don't think he is. Clicks Volt Switch. I mean, I've revealed my Flamethrower. So it makes sense that he wouldn't want to be here. Fez is now in. I click the Slam. Get it down to 40. Not bad. I think I just sack this guy at this point. Yeah, not in the way I wanted, clearly. Not in the way I wanted. Tinglu is in. I think she just taunts. Yeah, doesn't want me to get up my rocks. But I click Earthquake, and down goes the Fez. Max attack, I think. I don't remember. There's probably summon Spadef. Ambipom is in. I go out to Annihilate. Clicks Triple Axle, boosting up my Rage Fist. Doesn't get all of the moves. But I figure I'll just Drain Punch here and get back all that HP. Terrifying. Comes into play. I wasn't even thinking about this little shit. My focus was on Terra Bolt. I didn't even remember what other Terra she had. I just knew she had Terra Bolt. And then Acro Ambipom. I'm pretty sure that this thing doesn't even have an item for that Acro. So now I come in with my Prim, who I saved all the HP on for Qianpao. Psychic Noise gets a crit on the Ambipom. And this Primarina is very upset, let me tell you why. I got the Citrus just in case I needed to do some switching around. Gets another crit on the flip turn. This Prim is not playing any games. No games, Primarina. For sure. Tinglu is in. Looking pretty healthy against Fortress here. Rocks are not something I want to go for. I go out into the Latios expecting either that or perhaps Rapid Spin, which would live, of course. I go for my T-Bolt, because that is the strongest move I have into the Fortress. We see that Rapid Spin, probably the only thing that it has to really hit me. Bolt again gets rid of the Fortress, so now it is just Bolt and Qianpao. Qianpao is in. I bet you I sack this guy. Yep, to the Sacred Sword goes down. And I know for a fact that Prim lives an Ice Skull Crash and anything else this thing really wants to do on 40. I'm at 49. Goes out to Bolt. I think I just click the Moonblast, because of course I do. Goes down. This thing, I think, is banded. But I think I live a banded crash on, like, 47. Okay, looks like I live it on 25. And I get the KO, winning me the match. Very sorry. It seemed like Prim and getting those crits against you really saved me. The play into Dracoing the Bolt was also really cool. This thing. Screw this thing, man. Screw Taunt, man. That was not fun. That was so annoying. But it was a great bring on Anna's end for sure. Body press was not on the things of my thoughts, clearly. Which is very scary for Ting Lu, especially if it wants to be more Spadef to take on, like, Bolt or whatever. Awesome game. I was not expecting that win, especially since there was so many bad things happening at the beginning there. We are going back to Holy Mac against Leganen. The Invisible Skarmory is here. We know that there is a Terra Zarude here with Terra Poison, and I know that Lego's only Terra is the Terra Fire on his Ogerpon. I know that for a fact. What do we think about leads? What are we thinking about leads? Gren isn't a bad lead to just click a U-turn or click a Scarf or Specs hit and do something. Skarm, though, he likes his hazard, so he might just lead Skarm. Maybe Skarm and a Prim, just in case of a flip turn not being favorable or whatever. Or he could even predict the Skarm and go for either Entei or Thundy. I think I'm going to go Thundy. Maybe he leads Tusk expecting Thunderous. I don't think he goes Ogerpon off the rip. That would be wild. I'm gonna go Thundy into Skarm because he could just click a U-turn if Skarm is what leads. Thundy, okay. Into Ogerpon, okay. Lego is going crazy. Lego wants to get the damage and get it today. Clicks Terra Fire into the Entei. Ivy Cudgel. Still doing some chunks. Into Stomping Tantrum, there's a Shuka Berry. Stone Edge hits, crits. Probably doesn't matter, because that is super effective. Wild, crazy crit hit from Entei here. Spectrier takes the boost from the Shadow Ball kill into Zarude, who is not going to really care. See another Shadow Ball, expecting the Terra Poison, gets the Spadef drop. Knocks off the Spectrier, holding that Specs. The Spectrier, if you will. I'll be here all night. Greninja is in, and we have Prim, Ice Beam. No freeze. Clefable is in. We see a Surf. Alright. Clef could click the Stealth Rocks, could also click the Thunder Wave. There's some rocks from Clef. We see Heal Block from the Psychic Noise. Gren is in. We cannot Psychic Noise here. Surf doing a little bit of chip. Gren clicks the Sludge Wave. Is it enough? Not quite enough. Gets the Citrus. Flip turns into... We see Thundy is now in. Alright, Tusk is here. What does Thundy do about that? We have attack boosting Tusk. Psychics. I guess we were expecting that, although the Greninja was poison. So that makes sense too. Now that it's dark, it is not going to get hit with that Psychic. See a Sludge Wave again. What does Thundy do here? We see a Discharge. Kills the Gren. I'm not very surprised. It is Thundy. Clef is now in. Sludge Wave, not gonna kill this Clefable. Do we see a Moonlight? See a Moonblast instead. Crit, but it holds on. Thundy holds on. Discharge, killing the Clefable. Alright, another Discharge is coming in. Hit the Skarmory, we see it goes down to Sturdy. Brave Bird is going to take down Thundy, but it also takes down itself. Not the worst trade in the world, but considering Lego only has Great Tusk, against a Valiant, and against this Lottie, and against the Prim, not the best. Ice Spinners the Lottie. It is bulky. It takes it. Weakness Policy, Mist Ball, and that's it. Didn't even need the boosts for sure. Great job to Mac. Great try to Lego. This was a crazy lead. The Entei, I think if I think it missed, that this game would have went pretty different. Because this guy would have still had some HP. You'd probably been forced to go Val, or you would have probably went Lottie on that. Then you wouldn't have been able to really use your weakness policy unless you clicked Knock. But I think Knock actually knocks off the weakness policy first. I think that's how that works. But I'm not entirely sure. Thundy went on a trip with this team. Crazy. Great work to them. We're gonna go to this game. We have 71 Shadows. May he rest in peace. Unfortunately, he had to drop. Versus Omnic Fenrir. With the Snow team and Volk. And Sneasler. I remember his Terras are this Volcanion. And I think this Thundurus. Actually, I don't even think it's the Thundurus. I think it's... Oh, I think it's... Maybe he didn't have another one. I can't really check the sheet for him because his team was already replaced with Pandemoniums. Fenrir has probably Terra, Sneasler, Volk. Terra, Volk, and Sandslash, which did not show up. So the Volcanion is Terra Fire, while we have Terra Water on the Volcanion. Another Terra Fire versus Terra Water match. Funny how these things happen. I don't know how free the Ninetales lead is, considering the first two Mons kinda shit on it. We could see a Slowking lead, I suppose. I'm Shadows, I'm probably leading Heatran. The only lead that would suck for Heatran is the elephant, the treads. But Fenrir probably, I would not lead the Ninetales, even though it's very tempting. So I'll probably just say Slowking and Heatran. I'm gonna be wrong, though. Hitmon top. And Sneasler. Okay, so we are leading Sneasler. That's not something I would expect. Fake out right away. We see the Intimidate. Switches out into Alamomola, so this thing is probably physically offensive. We see a U-turn, so Sneasler doesn't care. Might be like a Scarf set or something. Ninetales is here. It's able to get up the Veil here, maybe even Freeze Drive at once. Baton Pass. Into the Slowking. Very interesting. Probably expecting the switch into Heatran or something. Scalds gets the burn. Slowking doesn't really care about that, considering Regenerator and the fact that it's usually a special attacker. You see a Protect from the Alamomola trying to slow down the snow, and then the Thunder Wave. So that's been revealed. Flip turn on the Slowking. What are we going to? Thundy. There it is. Chilly Reception into who? Ninetales. So is this guy like Scarf? Brick Break, expecting the Veil. See another Baton Pass. Treads is now in to click the Ice Spinner probably. Maybe even Volt Switch. The Rocks, okay. Probably lives anything that the Thundy wanted to go for is my bet. Volt switches into the Ninetales, setting up the Snow again. Flip turn, probably back into the Brick Breaker. Yeah. Does it live a Moonblast? Better hope it does. Clicks Fake Out. Okay, we're stalling out the Snow and getting some damage on the Ninetales. Not too bad. Moonblast, not doing a lot to this top, okay. Spins away the Rocks. This thing might just be special attacking Ninetales then. It hasn't got up the Veil yet. We see Volcanion is in, takes the Moonblast pretty well. No special attack drop here. King is in, not bad because there's probably not going to be a... Why did I think you get Bug Buzz? Why did I think that? You don't get Bug Buzz. That was the first thing that came to my head. I'm like, no? What? But yeah, there was a Steam Eruption. I mean, it took the Fire move too. Psychic, doing some chip here. We see a Roar on the Slowking. Into the Treads. Not really what Volcanion wants to look at, but Aloe is in. And then we have an Earthquake on that. Doing some chip. We see another Earthquake. It's not going to go down. I wouldn't think so, considering it's Fizz Def. Alright, we see a Wish Protect trying to get some HP back. We see a Stealth Rock. This thing could definitely come back in on whatever and get the hazards away. We see a crit Volt Switch. Into the Ninetales. It's probably going to be clicking Baton Pass. From what we've seen so far from Fenrir. Volcanion is in. We get up the Veil, so we did bring the Veil. That is a full HP Volcanion. Freeze Dry. Not doing a lot because of that fire typing and the fact that it's bulky. Earth Power. Again, not doing a lot. Maybe he's expecting Treads to come in, which is a weird expectation. Steam Eruption. Into the Slowking. Not doing a lot of damage. Latias is in. We're probably going to see the Chilly Reception. Thunder Wave. Pretty good into Lati. That thing is now slowed down. But this Veil is just about done unless it is the Light Clay. Chilly Reception. Volk is in. We're going to see us switch to the other Volk. Quiver dances up behind the screen. Is it over? Slowking instead. We see a Roar into Ninetales. Not really a turn Ninetales wants to come out. Switch into Slowking. We're probably going to see a fire move here. Steam Eruption instead. Maybe it does more to the Ninetales than Flamethrower. I don't know about that one. Lottie is now here. And then we see a Psychic. Lottie is not going to care. Slowking, maybe Chili's here. We see a Wish from Lottie. Into a Chili. Do we see the Ninetales come in? We do. Probably sets up the Veil, unless it wants to Baton Pass here. Hitmon top comes in. Do we see a Moonblast expecting the top? See a Freeze Dry. Expecting the Lottie to stay in, I suppose. Well, that wasn't awful. But now we have a damn near full HP guy here. Who can spin away the rocks. He clicks Fake Out instead. Not bad, because it would just stall out the snow. Thundy is in to take the Hurricane. Or the Big Windstorm miss. Is this thing Weather Ball for the snow? Probably isn't. We see a U-turn in the top. There is a lot of just switching and everything, so we're going to go up to normal. Not trying to be here until 5 a.m. Torn, we see a fake out. Into Bleak Wind hitting, almost killing the top. Rapid spin on its last turn in. Thundy. Alright, takes a heat wave pretty decently. Slowking is in on a brick break. I don't know why there wasn't a discharge there. Very confused. See a U-turn and a Heatran. Unless he's full physical, then he'd probably Supercell Slam. Chili into Sneasler. Then at that point, he's probably predicting the treads. Does a lot of damage to the Alomomola with that close combat. Close combat again. Switching it out to Volcanion. Probably going to take some damage here. Yeah, that is a strong Sneasler. Might be banded. Lottie is in. Close combat. Getting the crit and knocking it out. Very unfortunate for Shadows there. We see Protect from the fish. Getting back some HP. We see a switch out to Hitmontop, getting the attack drop, and it's going to kill through that for sure. Yeah, this Sneasler is really able to do whatever it wants here. We see Ninetales coming in. What does Thundy do on that? We see Thunderbolt almost taking out Ninetales. So close. This U-turn will do it. Into Fish we go. We see Volk in. Clicks Terra Water, so it cannot get Scald. Super effective. Can get burned, but it's not going to care. See another Quiver Dance, because what is this fish going to really do? You see a Wish? Oh no. I don't know if that was the right play. Heatran's in. Never mind. Maybe it lives something. Okay, Flash Fire. Pretty good. Pretty good predict there. We see another Quiver Dance. Into some rocks. I don't know why we're rocking here. Flamethrower. Not doing a lot to Volk. Especially since it's just boosting and boosting and boosting. Morning Sun in. All the way back to full. I'm thinking Shadows has absolutely nothing for this Volk. Alomomola is in. Clicks Protect. We see a Fiery Dance. It's probably not going to be clicking the Terra Blast for much longer, considering there's the Volcanion around. Scald for a little bit of chip. And it's literally just a little bit of chip. See Protect into the Fiery Dance, really just stalling out time. Thundy's in, takes the Fiery Dance to 0. Gets the boost, so now, you know, this is a +6 Volcarona for anyone who cares. Fiery Dance takes down the Alomomola, and then pop goes the Volcanion. Taking that Fiery Dance, okay, seeing that HP number makes sense why he wasn't trying to switch into a Terra Blast or anything. So very well done to Fenrir. Very nice try to Shadows for his last game here. Brick Break was definitely something you'd want to bring against Veil. For sure, this thing cleaned up good. This Sneasler was just out for blood, just taking down team member after team member over here. Very, very cool. Well done, guys. We're going to go Lies of J versus Iger. We have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games left. Like the stream, please, if you haven't already. Only if you want to, of course. I'm not going to force you. You're not going to be held hostage if you don't like the stream. It'd just be super cool if you did it. Hatterene is not Terra. What am I talking about? I think it's going to be the Darkrai. That's Terra. Taking a look. Yeah, Darkrai is Terra, and so is Drifblim, but there's no Drifblim here. And then Mr. Liar Pants has Terra, Bolt, and Minior. Minior is the one that's here, and Bolt isn't. So we see Terra fighting on the Darkrai. Where's my other slipper at? There it is. And we see Terra fighting on the Minior, so 2 Terra fightings. Very interesting, cool, and fun. What are we leading? What are we leading? I mean, Bramble leads solidly into everything outside of maybe the Cleavor and the Tentacruel. And the Ogre Pawn. Knock wouldn't be very fun for him. But I also don't know what the lead would be. I mean, I guess if Mammo's scarfed, then it can go in and click a button and nuke somebody. I kind of like Ogre Pawn lead. Because it can U-turn or can click the Ivy Cudgel nuke. Or knock off on the Bramble. Ogre Pawn Mammo's fine. Even though I really want to say Tinglu. Mammo! And Ogre Pawn, let's go! I did it! 10 points for me. We have Water Absorb Gardevoir in for the Ivy Cudgel. We see a knockoff instead, getting rid of that Scarf. Very unfortunate for Jay. Another knockoff crit will get rid of the Gardevoir. Zama's in. Do you see a boost? There's the boost, getting ready to click that body press. Encore! Oh no! Oh no! Hatterene is in. It's probably got a lot of Spadef, and it's going to be clicking that Psychic. Which is not resisted by anything that Jay has. Mystical Fire's here, okay. I don't know, man. If you have Psychic, I'd have clicked it. Clicks the Mystical Fire. Probably expecting that Mammo or the Bramble. Behemoth Bash. Doing okay into Hatterene. Doing quite a bit into Hatterene, actually. What am I talking about? This guy must be physically defensive. Behemoth Bash again into the hat, getting rid of it. Now something that's scarfed is going to be able to come in and smack him. Cleavor is here. See a rest. Okay. Probably why Zama stayed in. CC doing absolutely nothing to the +6 Zamazenta. Tinglu is asleep. Okay. Do we have the rest talk? We don't. We see Whirlwind, so no more boosts. Into the Moltres. Tinglu does not really care. We see a Willow. Into some spikes. That makes some sense. The Brambleghast can get rid of them. That's exactly what comes in. Whirlwinds out into the Zama, taking some damage and still asleep. It could wake up. We'll have to see. See, it wakes up here. Gets damage while it can, expecting a Whirlwind, I'm sure. There it is. Getting it dragged into a Brambleghast. Who's going to be able to spin. No contest. Tentacruel's in. Yep, there's the spin right there. What does Cruel want to do here? Click the poison move. We see a Power Whip miss. Very unfortunate. I don't know really what that would have done to the Tentacruel, though. Ogre Pawn is in. It's going to be able to take down this Brambleghast for sure. We see a Strength Sap. So I bet you that Tentacruel's Liquid Ooze. Knocks off the boost. Or the boots, my bad. Lowering the Ogre Pawn attack stat. And to Encore, Bramble's going to want to switch, because I think Tentacruel's coming in. We see Darkrai, actually. Strength Sap again. Okay, we go into Moltres, expecting what? A U-turn, perhaps? Nope, goes for Nasty Plot. We see Hypnosis. So now this Darkrai can just click the boost button on whatever comes in. Or just get some chip from Bad Dreams, that too. Another Nasty Plot, I figured that was going to happen. And Moltres just stays asleep. Probably doesn't want to afford to let Darkrai just do whatever it wants, even though that's exactly what happened. With that, Dark Pulse. Zama is now in again. We see Terra fighting. Terra Blast, probably. Body Press, crit. Big crit. Taking it down to 33, but it's not going to be enough. Terra Blast takes down the Shield Dog. Mamoswine is in. He probably clicks Dark Pulse just to be safe. Okay, we see a Scarf on that Mammo, getting rid of this thing with an Earthquake. Ogre Pawn is here. Mammo switches to Bramble because this thing is not weak to the Earthquake. Clicks knock twice into Strength Sap, probably getting all the way back up. I love Strength Sap. Good move. Annoying move. Power Whips instead of clicking the Strength Sap, maybe just in case there's an encore. See, Power Whip missing the Ogre Pawn, which I'm sure that Iger really likes. We see a Synth into another Power Whip, taking it down to 52. I wonder if there was some EVs involved with letting it live multiple Power Whips. I wouldn't be surprised. Another Synthesis into another Power Whip. I think this is just what's going to happen. Another Synthesis. What do we see? Another Power Whip. Alright. I wonder... I bet you it does more than the Poltergeist. Knocks into Spin, I guess just in case there was a spike. I'm not sure. Lou is now in. Power Whip. Gets rid of this guy. Bramble is strong, and now it's fast. I think it's like base 90 or something. Which +1 is not too slow. Stone Axe misses. Very unfortunate. This guy might be scarfed himself. I mean, it's got to be at this point. Stone Axe, we see some rocks up. Poltergeist misses. Very unfortunate for Jay. We see a Tentacruel is now in. And with Strength Sap, we see Clear Body, actually. So the stats don't drop, but we still see the HP go up. And I thought that's not how that worked. I'm very confused. See Haze, so no more speed boosting on the Bramble. I bet that was something that Iger really did not like. Knock off on the itemless Brambleghast. We see another Rapid Spin getting rid of those rocks. Do we see another Haze and Power Whip? Power Whip. Miss. Haze. Yep, there it is. We don't want a fast little Bramble. Nox. I bet you're expecting a switch of some sort. I don't understand what's happening. And I need to go blow my nose. I will be right back. Okay, Brambleghast, probably gonna keep losing its, or missing its Power Whips. Just kidding, we see a Strength Sap, and Tentacruel is flipping out into Cleavor, who is Scarf. Stone Axe hits, gets a lot of damage off of the Bramblin. And then we see Strength Sap getting that thing all the way back up to full. This is probably going to be what happens for the rest of the game. Spins, probably gonna see a Haze. Power Whip does a lot of damage there. Is everything in Power Whip range? Doesn't look like the Cleavor is. The Ogerpon might be able to live one if it's lucky, actually. It has to be lucky. Probably why he keeps going for Haze, because he doesn't want this thing to be faster and kill it. Knocking off. Getting some chip, I suppose. Spin. Are we just going to keep seeing spin, 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 spin? I mean, he's got a ton of them. Alright, we see the Poltergeist revealed. Deleting the Tentacruel. Cleavor is in. 100 HP. We see Pounce. Lowering its speed, okay. Decent. Getting all the way back up to full with the Strength Sap. We see another Pounce, trying to lower this guy's speed just in case he wants to boost with the spin. Attacks with the Choice Scarf. Lives on 52. We see another Pounce. I mean, at this point, the Mammo can clean up the Ogre Pond, so getting up the spin isn't really very important for Brambleghast. We see another Strength Sap going all the way back up to full. Really trying to preserve the 3 here. Encore's into Strength Sap. We see a Mamoswine switch. Was that the play? We see a Synth. What does Mamoswine decide to go for? Knock? Just in case the Cleavor comes in? I don't know. I don't know about that. Probably could have Ice moved instead. I feel like that would have been better. Bramblegast is in. See another Synthesis. Probably going to see a Power Whip here. Cudgel gets a crit, but it doesn't do very much. Power Whip gets a crit back, and that does quite a bit. See a Synth, probably another Power Whip. Yeah, he doesn't want to be encored into Strength Sap again. See an Encore into Power Whip. Really just trying to not let the Ogerpon sit here forever. Speaking of sitting here forever, bring up the normal. Another Power Whip. Ivy Cudgel into a Strength Sap. We'll probably see an Encore here from the Ogerpon. Yep, just Strength Sapping up. Bramblegast is at full. Cleavor is in again into a free Mamoswine switch. We see an Ice Shard, just in case the Scarf was knocked off. That's not bad. Ogerpon clicks the Cudgel. Minior is in. Terra fighting. Ivy Cudgel doesn't kill the Minior. I don't think Ogerpon is going to have any priority for this thing. We see a Power Gem taking down the Ogerpon. Very nicely done. Bramblegast is doing some work. That's probably the most I've ever seen Bramblegast do in a game ever. The boosting was cool here. The Encore was very nice for sure. This game probably would have been nice. This game would have probably been like 30 turns, 20 turns less if this guy could just hit its attacks. Very nicely done. We're going to go to this game. King Zeus versus Jack Skellington. What do we want? What are we seeing? Probably Palafin. But there's always a chance that he leads the Aleki and tries to get up the screens, but also Palafin just comes in and switches, so he could just switch out into the Lando. What are the Terras here? Isn't Gouging Terra? It's either Gouging or Gambit. One of the two. Yeah, King Gambit and Tropius. We see a King Gambit is here, Terra flying. And then Zeus has Terra Palafin, who is Terra Fairy. I'm thinking it's going to be Aleki and Palafin, because I've seen Jack lead Aleki before. He probably is going to do it again. Bolt actually leads into Clodsire. Okay. Makes sense. Lando is in. We see some rocks. Earthquake deletes the Clodsire. God damn. I don't even think Lando needs to be max attack to do that. Blissey is here. It's going to be able to sit on the Skirim for sure, unless he's D-Dance. Freeze Dry. Does absolutely nothing. See Gouging Fire comes in. What does Blissey do? Clicks the T-Wave. That's going to be very annoying for Gouging Fire. He wants to move. We see Intimidate. So Gouging is going to be doing nothing here. Okay, that's not nothing. It's still some damage. See Earthquake almost taking care of the Gouging Fire. This Lando is clearly Scarf. Burning Bulwark on its last turn into an Earthquake. So not technically its last turn, but now it is. I don't know why we didn't just do something else. He loves his Burning Bulwark and setup. It's very interesting. I usually wouldn't think you'd want to do both of those. Kirim is in. We see a switch to Hitmonchan to get rid of these rocks so that Lando can come in one more time. Dragon Pulse does not do enough to Hitmonchan. This guy's probably Vest too. spin. +1 speed now. Lives on 1. Drain Punch into the Kyurem, nicknamed Stop Sacking Q. Looks like you sacked Q. Alright, we see this guy. Reflect, he's getting up them screens. And then a light screen here with a spin. I don't think you're going to be faster. Explosion gets rid of the Hitmonchan. So now it is Walking Wake and King Gambit versus the rest of Zeus's team. Proto Speed. So this guy's got some sort of some bulk, just a little bit. Misses the T-Wave. Very unfortunate that this thing isn't boosting a special attack, but I still don't know if it would do enough to the Blissey here. Dragon Pulse, doing not much. See Soft Boiled. Is this Chansey? Blissey, my bad, is going to be able to sit here forever. King Gambit's in. We see a Soft Boiled. This guy's Terraflying, I believe. T-Wave. And gets paralyzed. Yikes. Very unfortunate. Hate that. Hate that so much. Alright, Brick Break into this guy who just is not going to die to the next one for sure because of that stamina. Walking Wake is in. We see some rocks. Okay, what a time for rocks. Draco pops this Walking Wake like a balloon. And King Gambit is still at full. And maybe this Archaludon is built specifically for this guy. We see a Body Press. Yeah. I guess it was a toss-up between Body Press and Thunderbolt and Jack size. And he got 50-50 wrong, but it was only a matter of time considering the entire rest of the team is around. So good game, or good job to Zeus, and good try to Ravioli. I think you need to pick one when it comes to gouging fire, because you seem to like to bring the Bulwark, and then you also like to be offensive. So it's very interesting that you choose to do both of those instead of just trying to stick to one. This Claude kill is unfortunate. Maybe you were max def and not expecting this kill. This Hitmonchan was living, for sure. This Blissey was in control of the game damn near the entire time. Palafin was just sitting, not doing anything. He didn't have to come out. Great work. We are going to watch. I think this was last week's game, because this is another Ana game against LS, who has since this game changed up his team to be more Sun. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. The invisible guy's Fortress, you can see her here. Terra's, I think it's just the Ogerpon. No, it's definitely not the Ogerpon. What am I saying? There's a moon there. There's a moon. But Ana does have the Terra Bolt, who is Fairy this time. And LS has Terra Moon, and that's all the Terras he's got. And that is Terra Electric. What are we thinking? Maybe Mew lead. I'm thinking Mew. Maybe Mew into Bolt. Mew into Vaporeon, one of the two. I'll say Mew into Vaporeon. Let's see. Alright, we got Mew. And we got what I'm assuming is Fortress. Yeah, it's probably Fortress considering it took 4 from that. Ogerpon, very interesting lead here. We see the Toxic Spikes, which unless Very interesting that you encored into the Toxic Spikes, so you better be Boots, otherwise you're going to get some poison. You see a switch out into Fez. See Leech Seed. Okay, getting some chip and some healing, not bad. Switch out into Golden Go, who will not be affected by these spikes. You turn into Flygon, ready to click that Earthquake. See, Tusk is in, getting Toxic. Into a U-turn. Qianpao is in, and it's ready to just click whatever button it wants to click. You see Ice Coke Trash. Not taking down the Great Tusk through the Yachi. Body Press, destroying the Qianpao. Probably wanted to bring a fighting move that would not lower its stats. Unless he's Bulk Up. He could very well be Bulk Up Tusk. Gotta be able to spin away these Toxic Spikes, otherwise things will be pretty nasty. Play rough, not taking out the Tusk. Click spin to get rid of these T-Spikes. And down goes Tusk. So that Fez is going to be very annoying. We see Moon is out here. Probably has the Earthquake for this thing. Booster Speed. Terra Electric. Dragon Dance. I mean, Booster Speed makes sense for Qianpao, but it's kind of dead. U-turn. We see the Toxic Chain. Very unfortunate. But that is the way of it. Moon is in. Clicks Terra Fairy. See a knock getting rid of the leftovers. Calm Minds in front of this Moon. Fairy move is going to be neutral at least. Earthquake, not doing a lot into the Moon, or the Bolt. See Terra Blast, and then Toxic takes down the Roaring Moon. Very unfortunate for LS here. Ogerpon clicks the Leech Seed, probably lives whatever Bolt wants to do. Oh yeah, this guy's for sure. Moranga Berry for the Spadef, probably especially built for the Bolt. Fez is in. See an Ivy Cudgel, not doing much considering it's poison. Gunk Shot takes down this Spadef girly here. Into the Mew, or we D-Dance. Precise Shot killing the Fezandipity. It was also annoying this game. We have a Vaporeon in Psychic Noise, so we don't see any lefties or a Wish here. See Calm Mind instead. This guy is wanting to just click the button. Psyshocks here, probably Fizdef Calm Mind, and then moves. Probably could have clicked the Calm Mind again. Psychic Noise gets a crit this time. And no Wish. Just calling it. We see a Psyshock. Probably should have went for the Noise again, but maybe it wouldn't have done enough. Psyshock will kill the Vaporeon. And then who comes in? Fortress, perhaps? We see a Flygon. Azumarill is in. No Dragon move. See a U-turn, actually. Probably going right into Bolt. We see a Rocky Helmet on this defensive. Probably Perish Trapping Azumarill. Thunderclap into Liquidation. Maybe he's just bulky Azumarill. Aqua Jet is not going to be enough. Terra Blast kills the Azumarill. Golden Go probably comes out. No, it's Mew, actually. Okay. See a Thunderclap. Not doing anything to this Mew. Psychic Noise will take out the Raging Bolt. Now it is 2-on-2. We are getting down to the wire. Flygon, U-turn into the Mew, kills it. And now it is Fortress versus Gold. This Fortress at full health, and it has decided to show up, which is really cool of it. Shadow Ball does a lot. The Spadef drop. We see an Earthquake, probably slotted on here for the gold. That makes sense. Recovers here because the Shadow Ball does kill, I'm sure, with the Spadef drop. I don't know if it does anymore, but the Flygon is definitely going to be able to take down the gold. Thunderwave, we are trying to Get some hacks so that Golden Go can be at full against the Flygon. I don't know if the item has been revealed. He might be Shuka, if this is the strat. No, it would have revealed the Shuka. My bad. LS's Golden Go goes down, and the Flygon takes it. Very nice game. This was a very interesting Ogerpon. I guess this thing can be run both as support, bulky, and just as an attack ripper. I don't know what the plan was with this thing. It might have been a sap sipper for something that Anna has on her team. Maybe even thick fat for the Chien Pao. That kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense. Using that thinker. Annoying. Annoying. The psychic noise from you was very good on the Vaporeon. That was very nice. Awesome game. We have 2 midnights. Looks like 1 midday. Because I think a third of the battles were extended. And then we have 2 dusk. So I'll probably do midday or midnight, dusk, and then down the line. Smiffleham versus Sound of Snow. Snow is back this time for his battle this week. We see a Snow team against Snow with an Amorous versus all of his stuff. We know that the Dragonite is the only Terra that Snow has, being the Terra Normal E-Killer. Smiffleham's Terra is likely an Amorous, seeing how it is the only one that is not Stab. Terra and Amorous, and he also has Colossal, but that has not been brought to this match. We are probably going to be seeing maybe you, because you can take advantage of this boost. But Ogerpon could also be in to click the Ivy Cudgel into the Ninetales. I think we'll see Lando versus Cudgeler. Lando. Ogerpon, let's go. How does he do it, folks? How does he do it? Rotom is now in. Lando clicks Stealth Rock. Okay, expecting that switcheroo. We see not the actual move, just the switch. Slowking. You see a Volt, probably into the Treads. There's the Treads. It can spin or it can hit a powerful Earthquake. Either one. Just switches out into Lando, predicting that Earthquake. Spins instead. Snow does not want hazards up. Lando can just do it again, especially since it took that Ice Spinner pretty well, and there's a Helmet reveal. Earthquake gets rid of that Treads, so now there's no way to get rid of hazards unless D-Knight does have Defog. I don't think it gets it anymore. Ogerpon is in. Now it's Slowking. Ivy Cudgel, not doing too much. Knockoff. Oh, you miss out on the KO. No more Assault Vest. We see a Sludge Bomb. No poison on the Clapback, unfortunately, but Lando's going to come in, lower that attack, and Slowking's probably going to be at like 40, almost 40 HP or something. 2 Ivy Cudgels will be enough to take down Landorus, so no more rocks for Smiffleham. And Namorous is now in. You can click the Terra Steel. Actually doubles out into Slowking. Brick Break on the expected Terra. And Namorous comes back in. See a knock. No more boots for Enamorous, but I don't think there's going to be much hazards being set up here. Brick Break, expecting that Terra. Into a Draining Kiss. I think, yeah, that Brick Break is going to be able to kill the Enamorous from here, but Slowking is going to come in. Clicks 4. Awesome that they're at turn 11 and finally deciding to post the link. That's dope. Flamethrower, Ogerpon does not kill. Now that I think about it, I think I watched this game live. See, in Electric Terrain, that was what was like, whoa. I was also like 4 or 5 drinks in when I saw it, so I was like, there's no way. E-Terrain. Ogrepon's in against Slowking. Gonna get knocked out, and we're probably gonna see Bundle come in, take advantage of the rest of the turns that it has in the terrain. To raise that special attack, this thing's gonna be a nuke. See a Freeze Dry, expecting that Manaphy. Manaphy lives it. Not gonna live the next one, though. Switches out into an Amorous. I don't think that that's gonna save him. Clicks Hydro Pump, and probably expecting the Slowking. But I think 2 Freeze Dries would have been fine, too. No more Quirk Dry for the Bundle. Bax is now in. We see Jirachi. Scale Shot trying to get up the speed. I don't know if an Earthquake will be enough for the Jirachi, but I'm sure that one of the Levitators will actually come in on that. Manaphy switch. We see an Iron Head. So maybe Jirachi lived the Earthquake. Probably might have a Shuka. See, switch to Rotom. Has a Pashu Berry. It is enough to let it live. But Manaphy's probably faster than this thing. We see the Electric Terrain. Just kidding, it's not faster. Doesn't matter because Rotom goes down. We're going to see Bundle come back and click that Freeze Dry. I think that's just what he should be spamming. Ninetales hasn't come in yet, but it's still probably going to take some damage. Freeze Dry. Gets Slowking down to 10. I say do it again. There it is. Slowking's down. Ninetales is in. Turns the Snow on, which is going to help Bundle, who brings the Aurora Veil, which I thought was also crazy. Using the Snow against him. Clicks Encore, so now this thing is locked into Veil. Now you can just spam that Freeze Dry button or the other one. Gets in Dragonite instead on the switch to Manaphy. Do we see a Terra and then D-Dance, perhaps? Terra Normal. Acid Armor. There's the D-Dance. Manaphy is trying to prepare its best against the E-Killer. Encore into the Iron Defense. Or Acid Armor. Same thing. Same friggin' thing. I don't know if that's the best, but I guess let's switch into Ninetales. I mean, I guess that, yeah, it's better to not let Dragonite just do that, but it's going to be able to do it anyway. E-Speed does not knock out the Ninetales, thanks to the Aurora Veil and the boost. The Multiscale is broken on Dragonite. E-Speed knocks out the Ninetales with a crit. It might not have mattered, depending on rolls. Bax is now in. Snow is still up for it. We see an E-Speed. Does not take down Bax. See a Dragon Dance of its own. I think it's too little too late for that. My opinion. You probably should have just hit him. You probably should have just hit him with the strongest attack you had. Manaphy is now in. Clicks E-Speed for the kill. Very good job, Snow. Very good try, Smethleham. The Aurora Veil on the Bundle for the Snow setup was crazy. Crazy good prep. E-Terrain for the added Life Orb without damage for the Bundle was pretty cool too. You should have hit this Dragonite with everything you had. Maybe you just gave up and clicked the Dragon Dance there. Maybe the off chance he switched, but I don't think he switched at that point. Very, very cool. I see the vision here. Sucks that it didn't work out, though. We're going to go Dewey versus Not Quite Cause. I think these guys were the last game to be played. Barring the extensions, of course. 4 games left, folks. I don't remember. Oh, this is the Espathra guy. He's got Terra Fairy on Espathra. He also has Terra Jolteon, who is electric, so stab Jolteon into Dewey's Terra Dragon, so yeah, stab Bax. Although I think he wasn't I think this is before the changes. So he's got Terra Electros and I think Sinistra, but he does not bring the Sinistra. It was Terra Dark. Alright. I know some of Dewey's sets, or at least a general remembrance, because he sent me this paste and asked if it was good. I don't know, man. Lead gold, maybe? You wouldn't want to lead it into... I don't know. I guess lead gold is pretty okay into anything except for Greninja. Or maybe lead Talonflame. I don't remember if he's got the U-turn on it, though. Lycanroc wouldn't be bad because of the Accelerock and the Stealth Rock that it can do, and Focus Ash or whatever. I don't know. I think it's Gren, though. Gren and Talonflame. Talonflame. And Slitherwing. Okay, so I got one of them. Switches out into Jolteon. Talonflame, I believe, is banded. We see Dual Wing Beat doing some damage into the Jolteon. Switches into Tusk. What does Jolt do? Click the Volt switch. Not going to work because of the ground typing. Shaman is in. Ice Spinner. Looks like Kaz was confused about the trades here. Yeah, I updated the doc on that because he dropped. Shadows dropped. So I didn't want the person who was going to take the spot to have, to say, okay, I'm going to keep my Valiant, because he wouldn't have it. I guess I could have just waited until after this game happened to advertise the spot, but I didn't want to advertise a spot on Monday, just in case we didn't get anybody, and then there would be some panicking and trying to move schedules around with whoever was playing former Shadows. Not former Shadows, but the guy who would have replaced him. I think I made the right call there. And I also think by the time Sunday comes around, I think Kaz should have known what Dewey had on his team. I mean, prep docs are there. And I don't know, by Sunday you should know what your opponent has. My opinion. We see the fainting of the Shaman. Bax is now in against the Greninja, switch in. Dark Pulse. We see a U-turn here. We're going to see probably Slitherwing. Yep, the bug type's going to be able to take probably whatever the Bax wants to do. D-Dance here. You see a first impression taking down Baxcalibur. Nicely done. Talonflame is in. It's got that Dual Wing Beat. Goes out to Jolteon, who's going to be able to take it unless there's a crit here. Takes it and is ready to hit back with probably an Alluring Voice. Okay, actually goes for the Dual Wing Beat. How is that possible? What did Jolt go for that? I know Talonflame is not Scarf. Maybe he didn't go speed for Talonflame? I don't know. Tusk is in against the Dusk. Solrock not going to do it, of course. Slitherwing is now in. Play Rough doing some big old chip. Another Play Rough. I don't know if that reveals a Scarf or not. It does not. Okay. I didn't know what their wing speed was. I used the thing one time. Play rough. Misses the Greninja. Very unfortunate, because I think this thing's dead now. Yep, to the Surf. It is now 3-on-4, and this is a Battle Bond Greninja. A nerfed Battle Bond Greninja. Electros is now in. Surf doesn't take it down, does a Supercell Slam, clap back. It does clap back with a crit. I don't think that crit mattered. Its Spathra is in, ready to click the Calm Mind and the Terra Fairy. Terra Dark. Alright, we see the Calm Mind. What does Electros do with that? Clicks Knock. So no more lefties for the Espathra. I don't think it cares all that much. Another Calm Mind. So you better be physically defensive. Because, yeah, that's going to do a lot. Maybe... I mean, there's no more... Oh, okay, we have the Roost, that's why. I was going to say, there's no more priority on Dewey's team, so it doesn't really matter too much. Of how much HP it's at. Keeps clicking Calm Mind. We see a Supercell Slam taking it down to 24. Roost's up? Are you... You're probably Gleam, aren't you? Terra Blast Beam. You don't need to bring that. Even though Gleam is basically Terra Blast as far as damage goes. So it doesn't have a secondary whatever. Drain Punches on the off chance he goes Lycan Rock. Did not happen. Dazzling Gleam takes down the Electros. And I think it's going to take down the rest of the Mons with everything else. Stored Power, Golden Go goes down. I guess a Darkrai switch would have been neat, but I mean, it goes down to the next, Ooh, misses the dual wing beat. So Talonflame has got to be Scarf. I thought it was banned. Darkrai is in, and gets Dazzling Gleamed out of the park. It's clear that this thing should not be as cheap as it was, but hey, it was the challenge that we put into Kaz's hands, and he's clearly showing that we fucked up. Good game here. Battle Bond was cool to see. I almost always see the other one, Protean. I don't even think there were rocks set up. No, there was no hazards. Alright, next game. We got KJ versus Stish. I think this was the last midnight game too. Stish has Terra Water on the Palafin. Fairly sure that he is Stab on that. Yep, Terra Palafin, and that's the only one. And then KJ has probably Terra Garchomp. So it's Terra Fire on the screen here. Terra Garchomp and Alolan Sandslash. Alolan Sandslash is not here, so it's just Terra Fire Garchomp. We are probably going to see a Palafin start with a Terrapagos or perhaps Tornadus lead. I'm gonna lock in Torn and Palafin. Quillfish instead. Into the Palafin. Which one is faster? I think Palafin still is. Goes into Scizor. Into the Toxic Spikes, which is pretty decent since it doesn't look like Stish has a way to get rid of them outside of Defog on this guy. Nox, we see a Heat Wave, so now these Toxic Spikes are here to stay. KJ just has to flip around. And that's it. Rindo Berry on the Ursaluna. Do we see a Blood Moon kill this guy? Nope, just a Calm Mind. Blood Moon would have probably been really, really good there. Because Grass Knot takes it out the rest of the way. Alright, Florges is now in. See U-turn. We see also Florges' Boots. I don't think it gets a Defog. Heatran is here. Light screen. Florges is definitely going to want to get out of here. Flash cannon not doing anything to this guy. Alright, we see a Wish. Do we see Magma Storm? So we're not going to see this thing switching out, except for Baton Pass. Okay. Into hands. That's what I figured. And it also keeps the Magma Storm, which is an interesting interaction. Did not know that. Earth Power. Not taking out hands. And it's probably Drain Punching. We have a held Choppleberry. So we got like nothing back. Does it live a Magma Storm through this? Citrus Berries. Probably holding on to that for Belly Drum. Earthquake into Slowking. Not doing much. Screen is gone. We go out into Florges here. Into the Future Sight. Which is not very good for anything that Stish has outside of Deoxys, who's not going to care. Okay, we see a Chili. Into the Torn. Wishes up, probably goes out into the hands for the Baton Pass here. Clicks U-turn. Into Quillfish. We could also see the Baton Pass in the Palafin. There it is. Oh yeah, he takes the Intimidate drop. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Terra Water, Jet Punch, not doing a lot. Or, yeah, not doing half at least. Barbarage. I don't know if, yeah, does Barbarage stack on Poison, or does it stack on Toxic? I think it just stacks on Poison. So it did a lot more because of that. We see Deoxys. Slowking is in. Thought Wish Pass was banned. That is a good question. I don't have all these rules memorized. You may Baton Pass with Wish and Focus Energy. Okay. Nobody has broken any rules. There has not been a Toxic Arcanine because somebody clicked Nat Dex Draft instead this season. Chili Reception into the Quillfish. He's going to be able to take whatever Deoxys wants to throw at him, I suppose. Switching into the hands. Probably trying to Drain Punch up. Switching to Torn. Considering I know how KJ plays and that there's a friggin' spike here, I'm just going to go to normal. Because this really is just going to be a switch fest. Florges is in. We see Bleak Wind on the Wish into another Bleak Wind. Palafin's in. I'm eating my words on the switch fest. Because it looks like we're getting to the end. As Deoxys is in, we see a U-turn. Jacoba Berry, so interesting, okay. Knocks off the Eviolite. You see a taunt, so I guess no... I don't know what Quillfish really would want to do there. Barbarage doing a lot. Aurora Bear Veil Bundle. Yeah, it was good. It did some stuff. Welcome, Snow. And good game to KJ. It sucks that all this stuff didn't work out, because I think this thing was like max Spadef. I think it was max defenses of like 4 in HP or something with Belly Drum, which did 2-hit KO pretty much everything here. It really sucks that the spike was here and there was no prep to get rid of it. Unless this thing did have the defog. I don't really remember that much. I saw the paste once. That sucks, though. Great for KJ, though. He really needed this win. This 6-0 is really good for him, considering that he, I think, lost all the other games he's played, which also sucks. You don't really want that. But great work for these two. Scizor did. Just couldn't get rid of it. I think it got O-code. We got Blaze versus Driver. 79. Our last midday game, my bad. Last midday game. Annoying ass Petron. I know he's got Salamence as a Terra. Alright, Blaze is in front of me. We see Darkrai, who is Terra Fairy. And Driver's got Terra, Salamence, and Rotom. It does not have the Rotom here, but the Salamence is Terra Flying. I bet you... Okay, I could probably put the chat up at some point. That's another time. Yeah, I'm surprised Hands didn't click B-Drum when it needed to. Stitch probably didn't think it lived, or he needed the damage, or he couldn't live, whatever. I'm not sure. Mobile gamers have limited access to the calcs and stuff. I couldn't do it, dude. I need my screens. I got 2 of them, and I can't go back. I can't do it. I mean, Palafin's decent all around, right? I think he's led Serp before. It's probably going to be Palafin and Pecharunt, because Pecharunt really can just sit on everything aside from Excadrill, unless he's fully Fizz Deaf, and even then it's probably not taking 2, depending on the drill. Palafin and Pecharunt. Palafin. Flamigo. Okay. See a switch into Noivern. We see a Scarf on the Flamigo. That's good information to have. We see a U-turn into Empoleon, who's going to be able to take whatever Draco or anything that Noivern wants to go for. U-turn instead. Remember this, huh? Singles gaming. Cheetar's in to set up the sand. Flip turning into Meow, maybe. Blastoise, actually, probably to Smash? Okay, clicks Body Press instead. That's pretty good. Okay, we are just smashing our bodies together in this 1v1 here. Clicks Flip turn. Slightly misses out on the Cheetar kill. Into the Flamigo, who is gonna sit on some rocks. The Flamigo can now click whatever it wants into the Cheetar, and that is U-turn. Probably goes into the Blastoise to spin here. Yeah, I mean, that just makes sense. Rocks isn't cool for Salamence, unless it's Boots. And there's also Flamigo. Serp is now in, ready to click that Leaf Storm. Flamigo comes in, who will resist. Takes 1 at least. But Serp has to leave now. Serp has to go. It cannot stay here. There's a Brave Bird. Noivern is in. Probably a bulky Noivern. Maybe not. Maybe not, but it's fast. But there's also the Scarf on Flamigo, who will just take itself out and the Noivern with another Brave Bird. Okay, well, Sand will do it. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, shit. Living. Alright, we got Serp against probably Pecharunt. Meow instead. Okay, that works. We might see an Axel here. We see a Knock instead. Gets that crit. Oof. Salt Vest is very interesting. Dragon Pulse here, probably expecting, I don't know what. But Nox instead. Or, again, not instead. Meow might be some sort of choice. See Jet Punch taking down Meowscarada. What comes in now? Blastoise comes in, probably ready to click the spin. Bulk up here. Okay, we're probably going to see a Yawn, actually. Okay, spin. Never mind. Do you get Iron Defense? You have to, right? You have a Shell. There's the Yawn. What's Palafin do here? Clicks the Drain Punch to get back like 3 HP it was missing, but now it's got to leave. And nothing really wants to come in. Extra Drill's here. Into the Body Press, takes a lot of damage from that. And now I can click the Earthquake button, but there's a Salamence. He risks that. I mean, he's got the resources, in my opinion. Now Salamence can come in freely. Click Dual Wing Beat. I wouldn't want to click D-Dance in front of the extra drill either. Okay, this guy's a Moxie. And then we'll probably see a Terra here. Terra Fairy. Into the Terra Flying, so Terra Blast isn't going to be super effective here. Ice Beam will be, though. That was a good click by Blaze. But Dual Wing Beat is too much, especially since that first one was a crit. That first one was a crit. And now it's just Palafin, who's going to be able to Jet Punch here. Taking out the Salamence, but it's a little too late, because this Empoleon, I don't think it's come out. Okay, it's come out once. But this Pecharunt has not come out. Wave Crash, not doing enough to Pecharunt. Probably max defense. I know Driver's been running that. Malignant Chain. He's just waiting for that poison. Just waiting for that poison. You might even recover here just to stall it out. Foul Plays instead. That will get him the win. Fantastic work to Driver here. Great try to Blaze. Assault Vest was very interesting. I'm wondering what that was for. It could have been for you. For Shell Smash, or maybe even you for just poison. I'm not sure. Maybe something else that you didn't bring that it's here for. The body press on this guy for the T-Tar was really cool. I liked that. That was a nice bring. This guy did some damage too. He held on to the very end of that sand chip. Okay, great work. Last game of the week is Deadpool versus Oremedy. Deadpool's Terra, I think he has Ogerpon. I think, because Spectrier can't Terra. Sama can't Terra. Ogerpon, yep, Ogerpon and Tatsugiri. Tatsugiri was left at home. And Oremedy has Terra. Where are you? Terra, Ursaluna, and Chandelure. Ursaluna is here. It is Terra normal, so we are going for Stab Terra versus Stab Terra because Ogerpon cannot be anything else aside from its stab. What are we dealing with here for this last game of the week? He brought 3 grounds. Does Deadpool not have a water? Oh, it's, one of them is Tatsugiri, which is, and the other one's Toxapex, which would not do great against grounds. Okay, so yeah, he could definitely... I didn't realize that Remedy had 3 grounds. Kind of weird. But I mean, hey, if it works for you, and I think it has been so far, we are probably leading Ogerpon into the 3 grounds. And Oremedy, I'm hoping, sees this and a possible Grimmsnarl lead and goes Tink. So it's going to be Tink and Ogerpon in my opinion. Tink is here. And Ogerpon! How does he do it? I think this is the most leads I've gotten right in the history of forever. Terra right away, because there's no reason to not. Clicks U-turn into the Zama. Do we see a Paralyze here? We see a Thunder Wave. Okay. What I figured. And the Zama move. We see a knockoff. Don't know why. Howl. Is this Gen 8 OU? For, like, the week that this thing was allowed? What is going on here? Paralyzed. Doesn't matter, really. Howl's up. Probably gonna get Earth Powered into the next year. That is a lot of damage done. Encore's done. Doesn't matter because Vacuum Wave will take care of the Zama. Encore, or not Encore. Howl is interesting. Ogerpon's in. Do we see a Swords? See, an Ivy Cudgel, that makes a lot more sense considering the Ursaluna would be doing a lot of damage. I don't think that this thing can stay. Never mind, we get it. We get the kill. Mandibuzz is here. We gotta go. Into Cleavor he goes. Brave Bird's probably still going to do some damage. Foul Play definitely better, and a lot of damage there. Stone Axe, setting up those rocks and some damage on Mandibuzz, not bad. The Ogerpon, not Ogerpon, it's green. The Cleavor will go down. Umbreon is in. We see a Roost. Do we see a possible T-Wave of its own? We see a Mean Look, so Mandibuzz cannot leave unless it's packing the U-turn. It brings a Defog, so no more rocks on the Toxic. This thing is definitely something you want Toxic. We see a Knockoff. Still can't leave. Probably doesn't even have the U-turn. No, so this Mandibuzz is just dead. Not bad. I mean, if the Mandibuzz had the U-turn, this wouldn't have worked. So you could say bad prep on Remedy's end, but good prep on Deadpool's end. Click Mean Look on stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on normal, because we're just gonna see this thing slowly dying to Toxic and trying to Roost and Foul Playing. Maybe we'll see a Brave... This thing doesn't have Brave Bird, does it? No. No Brave Bird, so it's just Foul Play and Knock. Umbreon's probably already knocked at this point. Another Foul Play, this Toxic's gonna kill it. Not quite. See another Knock, just for a little bit of damage. Do a Foul Play, and then that's a dead bird. I like it. Dragapult comes in, clicks a U-turn on the Swampert. Do we see another Mean Look? Oh! This guy's gotta have Flip Turn, right? Moonlight. Into the Quake. Trying to do damage into this Umbreon. Foul Play does some damage into Swampert, because it is physical, of course. You can Moonlight here, for sure. Okay, he decides to instead click Foul Play. Flip Turns here, getting rid of the Umbreon. I don't know if it was the best to whittle that thing down, but I mean, hey, Umbreon's gone. It's what you want. Especially that one. Go out into the Swampert for the sack. On the U-turn. Tinglu is still around for the spec, so it is not entirely free. Ursaluna is in against the Grim. We see a light screen, pretty good against this special attacker. See Parting Shot, probably into Ogerpon. Into Spec, actually. Calm Mind. The Blood Moon hits this thing, so I don't know what's happening. You're clicking Calm Mind again. Ivy Cudgel destroys Ursaluna. Probably should have hit on that other Calm Mind. Tinglu is in. It probably lives a Cudgel. No, actually. Okay, so this guy must have had some Spadef for Draining Kiss spec. Alright, Grimmsnarl's in against Pult. Taking that Dragon Darts is pretty easy to do. Sucker Punch on the Dragapult. This guy's probably locked into darts at this point. Into a Sucker Punch, winning Deadpool the game. This little novel Umbreon is cool, especially if you use it against guys who don't have U-turn or anything like the Mandibuzz. That was pretty cool. This guy was getting all the kills. I am wondering if it would have mattered if Tinglu had a lot of defense. Ivy Cudgel, especially since it's Terra boosted. Terra Stab, it's kind of a lot. I'm not sure. I liked the T-Wave on this thing. The Zamazenta was weird, but I don't know. I'd have to see the whole set in order to know exactly what they was supposed to do. Anyways, that is going to conclude the Week 5 stream. I hope everybody here had a fantastic time, whether you were out here chatting or just lurking watching the fights with us. Either way, I appreciate your view tonight, despite the microphone weirdness, but we got through it. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your night, and I'll see you guys actually on Thursday, streaming on Thursday. There's a certain Pokemon game coming out. I don't know if you do, and I'm gonna be streaming it. Take care of yourselves, everybody.